So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JeffMan316. Yeah, did your experience with the Synapse Film website today, was it a trick or was it a treat? Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I wanted to do just a little quick video about the experience that everybody had, including myself, with trying to purchase the limited edition 4K Blu Ray release of the 1986 horror quote-unquote classic Trick or Treat. Not Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. Yeah, so we'll talk about it a little bit. I'll give you my experience, and then we'll also talk about the movie a little bit. Really quick video. I just thought it was kind of cool. I think this week, it might have been yesterday, this movie came out on, that was the anniversary of the movie in 1986. Yeah, it's pretty old. I was in high school back then. So, yeah, we're going to talk about the movie. Before we do that, JeffMan316 Live. Join me on Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern usually, as we watch along to a movie, talk about pop culture, things like this. And then also hit me up on my socials and everything down below. This is the movie we're going to be talking about. Trick or Treat. And so this is my awesome Platinum Disc Corporation movie in one of those jewel cases. I got several of these. So yeah, if you're a pop culture fan or, you know, a fan of the 80s, not just this movie, you may know that this was popular back then, not just because it was a horror movie, because of the soundtrack. It was a band called Fastway that I was not really familiar with until this movie came out. I know the soundtrack to this was like their fourth album, I think. Dave King was the name of the lead singer. Very unique voice. It's this band is in the style of kind of like Rat from back then, or Cinderella, really close. I was into those bands, you know, back in the day. The cassette tape of the soundtrack is floating around in this room somewhere. I think I got it on the shelf back here up under some stuff. So yeah, I've obviously you can listen to it on iTunes as well. I used to rotate that damn thing all the time. The side A of that, I'll read you the track. The track listing was Trick or Treat was the main song, obviously the title song of the film. After Midnight, I think, might be my favorite song on there. Then there was a song called Don't Stop the Fight, Stand Up and Tear Down the Walls. That was side A. There's other songs on there called Get Tough, Hold On to the Night, Heft, which was also released previously on their first album. And then If You Could See, which is a little bit slower song, that was also released on one of their other studio albums. But side A, man, I would listen to that thing. I remember being in the car, and then I would just immediately rewind that thing all the way back to the beginning and listen to it over and over again. Back in the day when I first got my CD burner, I remember downloading the MP3s of it and making a CD of it, and then nostalgia, sitting there listening to it going, well, at least I don't have to rewind the damn tape all the time again. But either way, pretty iconic soundtrack. Some people might think the soundtrack is more popular, and or people know it more than the movie. So yeah, this movie comes up a lot because it obviously was only available on DVD. There's never been a Blu-ray release of this. This film, mostly full screen releases. I think there was another DVD in a regular standard case that looks similar to this that they released. But one of the other things that I always laughed about this movie is look at the bottom of it. It's got Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne, and they even take top billing up at the top. I mean, they had glorified cameo roles in here. The technically the star of this movie is Mark Price. I mean, he played on what was it? Family Ties. He was basically, second fiddle on there. So, I mean, I think they were trying to make him popular, thought he might be the next, rising star. Never really happened. So this movie's kind of, fell into obscurity. It was a lot of tropes from the 80s. It was cheesy 80s horror. It's got, the hair band music. To me, they tried to make an iconic horror character in Sammy Kerr. I think they kind of failed a little bit. He didn't become as iconic as the other ones, partly because I think of the way he did his kills. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it. Really cheesy. I just don't think there was anything memorable about it. It's pretty much 80s cheese fluff type movie. Like I said, it's lived off the cameos of Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne. But I remember liking it. Like I said, I'm a big fan of that kind of 80s cheese anyway. I was a kid of the 70s and 80s. Like I said, I was in high school. Perfect timing for me. Great soundtrack. Cheesy 80s horror movie. I mean, what more could you want? So that's my brief little history of the movie and everything. So, but if you like that kind of stuff, you definitely need to seek this out, because even if you don't want to buy the Blu Ray or the 4K or spend all that money, you can get this DVD like super cheap. And it might be kind of fun and nostalgic just to watch it full frame on a cheesy DVD from back then. So I'm not going to get rid of this. I keep these things. So even though I upgraded, now let's talk about the upgrade. So Synapse Films today, noon, went live with what's going to be the limited edition of this. It has 3 covers. I'll throw them up here. You got cover A, which I kind of like. Cover B, I don't know. I was kind of leaning towards that. Cover C, they all got a little uniqueness to them as far as the titles of the color. You know, one more black, one more red. So I'm not going to tell you which one I got. I did get one ordered, but I didn't order it from them at first because the site crashed. You couldn't even get to the site. So I guess, you know, they were not prepared for the overwhelming support that this physical media release was going to get. But as soon as I heard that it was out and the site was crashing, I went to lunch. I got over to Orbit DVD and I was able to order me a copy there. So my copy will come from Orbit, and I'll let you guys know when I unbox it which cover I picked. But so I was able to get the cover I wanted. So since then, within the last hour of me recording this, Synapse, their website is back up and you can order it. And I think all the covers are available. And if you want to be like really cheesy and double dip, you can go in and buy all 3 covers. Now that's a topic for another video, how I still think they're fleecing collectors by releasing all these different sets. We touched on that in that last Terrifier video I did. Is it too much art or too much Terrifier? But so they released a statement since then. I'm basically apologizing, and I thought it'd be kind of cool. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, obviously, but I will read an excerpt from the post that they made, because I think one of the things that it did was it either uncovered them not 100% being honest with the collectors out there about their intentions, or maybe their intentions got, as far as the release of this movie, maybe it sped up the process of what they were going to do. So let me bring this up on the screen and we'll read the little excerpt that interests me the most. So obviously it says trick or treat update. I'm not going to read you everything here, but as many of you know, unexpected crazy day. We've never experienced this many orders on a single day for trick or treat. We wish to express our gratitude. Of course, the events of the day took an unexpected turn, blah, blah, blah. Our servers suck. It's not basically throwing the people that host their website under the bus. And then here's the third paragraph, which is most important. Unfortunately, this matter has been completely beyond our control, understandably causing a great deal of frustration with many of you who are trying to place an order for this highly anticipated film. We apologize for the inconvenience and frustration it has caused. While we may not be making, and here's the key point, additional copies of the limited edition due to the expense and time that has gone into producing it, we will move up production of the standard edition and hope to announce something soon. So that's the important part. Going into this, a lot of people felt that they weren't going to release a standard edition anytime soon. That they were basically going to milk you and make you buy these limited editions if you wanted the movie. Now, it's smart by them, but it's kind of cheesy also. So, but because of the issues they had, and so many people, like Orbit sold out, Diabolic sold out. I don't know right now if they're sold out, but I think the demand was obviously, they were overwhelmed. So it's going to push up the timeline to get a standard release for all those didn't want to spend the money. And I thought, they did the cool pricing of $66.66. Maybe it should have just been $66.60. So for 666, but either way. So I guess it pushed up their production, and they're going to actually make a standard edition, but they have not announced it. So, hey, all you collectors out there who double dip, now you can get to buy the limited edition, and on the heels of it, they'll release a new cover or slip cover combination of these covers for the regular edition, and you can buy that. So I'm sure they'll do something like that, and I know some people out there will end up buying both. But like I said, nostalgic trip for me, trick or treat. Like I said, if you haven't watched it, don't go into this thinking Gene Simmons or Ozzy Osbourne are main characters in this. They're just glorified cameos, but it is fun. If there's anything I can say about the movie, it is fun, 80s cheese. If you like hair band music, you'll love it as well. So that's another reason to watch it. So they say they may be able to start shipping this thing as soon as next week. So I don't know. I was thinking about watching this, but I think I'll wait and watch it again. It's been so long since I've watched it. I think I'll wait and watch it on the 4K. So what do you think about Trick or Treat? Was your experience today a trick like most, or was it like me? Was it pretty much a treat because I didn't let it bother me, and I've had other avenues to buy it. So I really trust Orbit DVD. So hopefully I'll get it soon, and I won't get screwed and everybody that bought it through the website first directly from Synapse. Maybe they won't get theirs before me, but either way. So let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up. Like all the videos that you watch on this channel. I really appreciate all you guys that support me. If you are a subscriber, thank you. But also make sure you hit the notification bell. So you'll know when I post new videos. If you're not a subscriber, I don't know why. Hey, I think it's a pretty fun time here on this channel. I'm pretty laid back. I don't dig into the same bullshit that most people do as far as posting the same schedule of media releases, whatever. I try to have fun on my weekly movie hunt, let you know what's out there, that kind of stuff. I do reviews every once in a while. I posted some decent content about Terrifier, so check that out. And then also I take quote-unquote requests. If there's anything you want me to cover on the channel, just let me know in the comments down below. I'm not shy about that, and I'll talk to you guys. And while my channel is small, I love communicating with all of you. So anybody that wants to also come over like to the live streams, I'll also chat with you there. So really appreciate the support. And until next time, boys and girls, this has been JeffMan316. I'm your pop culture reporter. I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
Trick or treat. Looks like we better check out the party punch.